All right, everybody. I think we are good to be live. Welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And today we are continuing with Beat Me, Take My Pokemon. And I feel like I have to sneeze, but the sneeze will not come out. I'm gonna sneeze. It's gonna happen. Definitely gonna sneeze. No, it's disappearing. Wait. I'm trying to stare directly into a light source, but it's not working. I guess I just don't have to sneeze. We got Sherry already in here. Why was I in Levincia? Oh, right, I still have the terror rates. Oh well, those will disappear. Have they announced the next one yet? Do we have one this weekend? Global Challenge 4? Oh. Wait, no, I could still sign up if I wanted to. What is this again? Is this Reg G? It's Reg Set G. Yeah, I don't really want to. I could, but I don't want to. Alright. Theoretically, this is like one of the least laggy places in the game. Because you're so far away from everything that there's nothing that really spawns here except for like that NPC over there and those two people there. Even though you're in the middle of all these buildings, they're not really rendered in. Let's see what we got here. Let's do link battle, and the link code for today is going to be 56005627. And I'll wait for stream to catch up before I start searching for double battles. Alright, searching now. By the time you see this, I probably have been searching for a bit. Oh, there we go. Alright, Cherry, first one up. Let's start off with our newer fellas. Alright, we've got water and we've got grass. Now, both of these are weakened by sun. I don't know if it's worth bringing the sun, though, into 3 water types. Probably worth bringing the grass type, but Serena is more than likely triple axle, which does check us pretty good on that front. Gyarados probably Intimidate. But if Gyarados Intimidate, then King Gambit. And King Gambit doesn't fear too much here as long as we get up Trick Room. So I am perfectly willing to lead this, and this, and then this, and then I guess bring this in. Or do I need this? Sneasler actually is really useful here. Let's do this, and then have Trick Room in the back. Alright, it is Primarina and Serena. Now, both of these cannot Terra to avoid the Dire Claw, but one of them is a grass or a water type. You also cannot Fake Out because Serena is currently on the field. I feel pretty fine just clicking Wood Hammer and maybe going for the Dire Claw here. It could be like Terra Steel Serena is a possibility. Then going Terra Steel here just burns their Terra, but then we have Pokemon in the back that make it easier to deal with Serena. And if they don't kill Sneasler, we can just close combat. So let's do this. Clicking the Dire Claw into a team that has no Dire Claw resistance is not bad. Okay, Primarina is the one to protect. We don't see Terra from the opponent. But what's the play here, Cotton? Dire Claw into Serena just KOs the slot. Boom does get off the Wood Hammer into the Protect. But in comes Gyarados for maybe the Intimidate. Gyarados does get down the Intimidate. So, Terraflying Terra Blast Gyarados does threaten us quite a bit here. Don't know how fast it's going to be though, but if it's Terraflying Gyarados, then we can use King Gambit to beat it later. Dragon Dance is also a possibility. I think I just double this slot, maybe against my better judgment. And we deal big damage to it. Grassy does that much. Dire Claw picks off the KO. And what does Gyarados do? Gyarados clicks Thunder Wave. I am very okay with that. It means that if we use the Trick Room mode later, we will have a slower Rillaboom. We do bring in their own Rilla here. I could swap King Gambit and then coaching into it is not bad. Because it's probably Fake Out into Sneasler here. And I want to preserve Rillaboom for the Fake Out later is very useful. I think I'm just going to... Let's throw the coaching in and see what happens. Okay, they do Fake Out the Sneasler. And still no Terra, so what does Gyarados do? Okay, goes for the Waterfall, but we are Grassy Seed. And I think this is the first turn that something has taken Grassy Terrain recovery this game. Okay. Could be high horsepower on Rilla, so I am just going to protect with King Gambit and go for the coaching. This also allows us to maybe bait a Terra. We could have tried Thunder Wave into it with Gyarados, protecting a Sucker Punch. We do Wood Hammer Sneasler, resisted, and Grassy Seed means that we live. Gyarados went for Taunt, okay. So now I'm going to kowtow Gyarados because it can't Mega Evolve, and Grassy's Glide probably does not pick me off. And we have a defense. I probably should have Terra Darked King Gambit if I'm being honest. Grassy... Oh, okay, it does pick off Sneasler. And And Gyarados goes for the T-Wave. Unfortunately gets the miss. Does not pick off Gyarados though. And Gyarados is Citrus Berry. Grass disappears from the battlefield. Gyarados did reveal it as taunt, so it does counter our Trick Room, but I think we bring in Rillaboom now. And I can either fake out the Gyarados, or I can go for the Swords Dance here and fake out. I think I go for the Dance and fake out the Gyarados. Okay, Gyarados protects, which is fine. He turns into our Rillaboom. Hi, John Pika, how you doing? And now I'm just gonna start kowtow cleaving things. Okay, the opponent is using their Terra, but for what? Is Rillaboom into fire, okay. Rillaboom U-turns into our Rillaboom lives it. Gyarados Thunder Waves into our King Gambit, which is annoying, but as long as we land an attack, we're fine. Wood Hammer picks up KO into Gyarados. Good, how are you? I'm doing alright. Can't complain, can't complain. We would hammer KO ourselves. But we do get the Kowtow into Reload, which takes it off. Takes it out, not takes it off. That doesn't make sense. Music notes, that's what I like to hear. Let's go with Brain Team. Okay. Grass Water again. How does Grass Water play into Rain Team? What is their method for breaking our Caledon, I guess, is my question? It could be just Primarina with a strong enough Moonblast breaks it. But in that case, I would bring Scizor. And do I start Scizor, though? Perhaps. I think I bring Pelipper, Scizor, and then Arcaladon and my man's Grim. I need Grim. Kind of. I need Grim Snarl just in the sense that Thunder Waving the Superior would be very handy. I'm not bringing Raichu to a game with 4 water types, one of them not weak to water. I just can't. Because if I Electro Web the Superior, it's kind of Jover. But I kind of want to. We're gonna bring Grimmsnarl and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of expecting Superior to be the first Pokemon here. Okay. Alright, the way I see it, we have options. I can either predict that they are going to throw attacks into Scizor and then switch Scizor out into Archaludon and try and attack with Pelipper. Or I can just protect the Scizor. I think I'm just going to protect with Scizor. Because it is a pretty big threat to them right now. But then again, just getting the Bullet Punch damage into Primarina, kinda nice. I'm gonna protect Scizor here. Okay, we see Primarina withdraw, which is something I like. And Gyarados is going to come in. Okay. Gyarados gets down Intimidate into our guys. And the Leaf Storm is going to miss Pelipper, which is rather unfortunate. As that gets brought down to Sash. But now we pressure that slot pretty well, and we can just Bullet Punch the Superior slot. Hi Sue, how you doing? Superior protects. Gyarados waterfalls in the Scizor for a pretty good amount, actually. Hurricane, not maybe doing as much in the Gyarados as I would have liked. But I think I'm fine clicking Hurricane into the Gyarados slot here, and then swapping into our... they might predict the switch. It's kind of obvious. Then again, obvious moves are more often than not the best ones. Let's just make the obvious play. Okay, they swap Superior to preserve that into Serena. Now we get Arc on the field. Gyarados waterfalls that slot, which we like a lot. Gyarados gets brought down quite a bit, eats the berry. But I'd say our position's pretty fine. It could be annoying if they paralyze our mans here. I think I throw out Hurricane and just throw Electro Shot into Gyarados. Okay, we're gonna see an opponent, Terra. This could be Ground Gyarados? It's Serena into water, okay. That's a fine Terra. At least for now. Knockoff into a Caldon, making us lose our AV is unfortunate. We do at least gain another defense stack. The Gyarados does Thunder Wave into our Caldon. Hurricane does a critical hit to Serena, which definitely matters. But that does make this next turn a little awkward. Because Arcalon could move is paralyzed. Yeah, this next turn is a little awkward. Now they get to bring in Primarina and just click Moonblast into our Arcalon slot, and there's not a great amount that I can stop from causing Arcalon to take a lot of damage here. It's gonna make Sash on Pelipper. Pelipper brings Gyarados pretty low. Hyper Voice actually comes out. Activates the Throat Spray, which makes sense. And we do get Electric Shot here. It's only going to be +1 because we didn't get it the previous turn, but this should still do a lot. Rain now stops, so we can't Electric Shot again. And Weather Ball becomes normal. Waterfall is not boosted by Gyarados. I think I just click normal Weather Ball into Primarina, and I click Snarl here. This might flinch me. It flinched me. Moonblast into Arcalon is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? I need Scizor for later. I'm going to bring in Grimmsnarl here. And I'm gonna do this. I'll pick off that. Waterfall comes down to Pelipper. But now I should have a definite win con because Gyarados should be slower than Grimmsnarl. Superior protects, which as long as Grimmsnarl has good Gyarados is fine. Guess I'll click screens. Actually, oh wait, no, it's Scissors faster. I was gonna say I click screens, which is priority, so it'll make the battle unnecessarily longer, but Bullet Punch is priority, so it doesn't happen. One more game. Let's grab these guys. What do I do here? What stops me from setting up Indeedee Hatterene? Probably just Primarina. And Rillaboom. Switching, fake outing me is not great. So in response to that, I have to bring Arcanine. And Rillaboom. And then use Indeedee Hat after that. Hi Gigi Plays, how you doing? Double grass is good for us. That does get an attack buff that it only matters sometimes. So like, they probably switch to a water type with either slot that we don't attack here, and Superior is the more threatening Mon. It could just fake out with Rillaboom and then we trade fake outs, but I think I try to get rid of their Rillaboom, and then I pick out their Superior, and we see what happens. Okay, Superior actually leaves into Serena. To dodge the fake out. They fake out our Arcanine. Okay. I am pretty fine with that. Their Rillaboom might also be faster than mine. Can't Terra both here. I would say I just U-turn out with a Mance here. Arcanine's a very important piece right now, is the thing. They faked me out, so I didn't move. I think You know what? This battle doesn't really matter. I'm just going to play what's into this, and then U-turn into this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, Surrender Protect. Flare Blitz takes Rillaboom. Arcanine goes up a bit. Now Primarina comes in. And am I okay with losing Arcanine at this point? I mean, this slot just protected, and their only other thing is Superior. So if Arcanine trades for 2 and we just use Trick Room in the back to deal with 2 special attackers, then I am okay with that. Let's see, opposing Terrestrialization is Serena into water. They do triple axle reel up, but based on the damage from that first one, like, but now this is kind of weird, because Rillaboom gets knocked out, and I'm forced to bring in probably Indeedee. But now Indeedee's going to take some damage, and we know Superior is Sash. Superior attacks, though, it does go down to the Sash. I could predict a Protect, swap in Indeedee, and then get off the Trick Room. I think I have to bring Indeedee in, though. Like, realistically, Indeedee just kind of needs to chip Superior once. So there's really nothing stopping me from doing that. Ah, we're Side Shock, not Gleam. I thought we were Gleam. Yeah, if Arcanine dies, Arcanine dies. Flare Blitz to Superior Sash. Leaf Storm picks off Arcanine. Power comes out into Indeedee. And we haven't used Terra yet. But I think I just Terra and click Expanding Force, and then just follow me. Maybe Trick Room would be better here. Because Superior Protect is not unbelievable. Okay, Superior Leaf Storm. Knockoff takes Indeedee. And Expanding Force just KOs both. Drink some water. Okay. GG's, GG's. Alright, the floor will be open whenever stream catches up. So by the time you're seeing this, I've probably already started searching. I just renewed my online membership. Nice. Oh, stream caught up, so now I'm searching. That whole thing about me searching before, that was a lie. Alright, we got GG Plays. How do I do this again? Official Rules 1? I forget. We've been fighting too many times with Hitmonchans. Oh, how do I want to... Oh, I guess I should do my due diligence here and hide what team I'm going to use. And also... Should have got the wheel. I could still get the wheel. The wheel doesn't have the things on it right now, though. You know what? We'll see how GG Plays does without the wheel. Just this one time. I'm going to pick... this team. Record my perspective at least for reviewing later as well as my thought process. Well, that's good. Okay, quite a few fellas here. We've got Wishcash, we have Blood Moon Ursaluna, we have Cat, we have Deadfish, we have Swampert, and we have Reuniclus. All of which, they do kind of funny things. I don't know, I mean, like, getting at the Trick Room is probably fine. It's not the, like, most revolutionary thing to do in the world, but it's probably fine. But we need to, like, kill the Blood Moon kind of quickly. That thing is kind of a problem. Not so much a problem for Rila, though. I guess Primarina. Should Primarina come? It's kind yeah, with 3 water types, it's kind of hard to justify bringing these two. And a ground type. Kind of hard to justify bringing these two. Wishcash is always a fun mon. I do like Wishcash. More so in singles, but... Wishcash is an underrated pick sometimes. With D-Dance and like Oblivious and stuff. That man's can cook. Started watching your sword build. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's a good video. Highly rated. Probably the best video I have on the channel right now is the sword video. Alright, so what is Grass Cat and Wario Fish gonna do to me here? I think I'm just gonna follow me and I'm gonna Trick Room. Ah, that is in fact a Fisher. And Meowscarada clicked counter Trick Room. Okay. I don't know which Cash's speed tier off the top of my head, but I really hope Rillaboom is faster than it. Meowscarada is gonna leave for my man's Reuniclus. Woodhammer is going to drive Wishcash into the ground. Because that's what it is. I didn't even know Meowscarada got Trick Room. It is a bit of a niche deck, I will say. But it does in fact learn the Trick Room. It would be nice if we got Unaware, though. It could have a fantastic ability to help it out offensively. Yeah, I mean, Unaware just kind of makes it a Quagsire clone at that point. So I don't know if necessarily that's what I would do. We saw how much the single target dazzling did here. I think I'm just gonna click it again, because I don't really think Reuniclus threatens anybody. Woodhammer takes Ursaluna. Reuniclus goes for the pain split, which splits the pain. Tattering gets the single target into Reuniclus, and that picks up KO into it. And now I just have non-VGC Cat left to play around with, who is still a bit of a threat. Do I want to assume that this is Sash? If it's Sash, then I think it still makes sense to use. I'm not. I should. Yeah, I'll see. It could be Play Rough though. Yaskarada just has so many moves. It's just Flower Tricks. That's perfectly reasonable. Okay, Meow's not Sash. Alright, let me pick another team, but also hide the screen. And I'm gonna bring these guys. Okay, same guys as last time. What do I think is better for me to do with this team? Probably Lighting Rillaboom has no real downsides. Unless Meowscarada has, like, Triple Axle, but if it's the same Meowscarada and it has Trick Room, then that's one less tech move that it can have for tech coverage. As well as Torkoal's kinda useful here. Maybe I just lead really oppressively with Sneasler and Rillaboom to cover for Meowscarada, and then we have things like King Gambit and Pikachu that can help us in the end game. Okay, it is Basket Legion and a Reuniclus. So I could hard switch to King Gambit here, but I only really need Sneasler to beat Meowscarada lead, I think. So Dire Clawing into the Reuniclus is still pretty good with me. Okay, Reuniclus protects. So what does Basket Legion do? Is it like Scarf Flip turn? It is not Scarf. Which is perfectly reasonable. It's just kind of dies here. Wheeler's going to take some recoil from that. You know, I've never really thought about this, but based on the recoil that a move does, you could just calculate out how much HP investment that Pokemon has. Because if it's always a fourth, then you just multiply the damage that you took by a fourth. And if you know the base HP, then you know how much HP EVs they added onto that Pokemon. Anyways, I'm clicking Grassy Glide into this, and I'm clicking Dire Claw into this. Alright, Swampert doesn't want to take damage this turn. I maybe could have I guess the Swampert's not really threatening anything here. I could have just U-turned into the Reuniclus and Dire Clawed into it to try and double KO into it. Rocky Helmet on the Reuniclus and Shadow Ball is what it's called. Reuniclus is grounded. I think I just repeat the same turn again. Reuniclus protects, no one take damage. Relevim is going to pick off Swampert because it's not a Focus Sash. It doesn't matter. The net gains some health from that turn. And last is revealed to be Ursaluna, who is probably the most threatening thing on the field. It's not Burn though. I could just... Nah, I think I always just Woodhammer and Dire Claw and see if it's the Terra or not. Another Pokemon I felt was underrated a bit was Relicanth. It is Rocky Head, hits like a truck, and has a pretty good bulk. Yeah, Relicanth is an interesting little fellow. One of the forgotten Rock Headmons, but maybe if it gets Wave Crash, might be kind of good. Head Smash and Wave Crash both stab on a Pokemon. The typing is going to make it abysmal, though. Being weak to Grassy Glide while being a offensive, no priority Pokemon other than like Aqua Jet is going to be very difficult for Relicanth. Is that Terra Ground Ursaluna? I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about Relicanth. Got a double crit. Unfortunate. Alright, one more battle for GG Plays. I won't even bother hiding the screen this time, since it doesn't matter. A little type diversity. Yeah, having 3 ground types that are all weak to grass can really mess you up. But there isn't a grass... Or I guess there is a grass type on this. Never mind. I still have one more grass type left in the tank. Ooh, all different guys this time. There's Grass Cat. Like, I acknowledge the Grass Cat is there. I really want to lead Executor and Deity, though. But morally, I should lead Incineroar and then, like, Kamo. And then have, like, Fluttermane and... I guess Deity. Correction is physical bulk is good at 100 HP and 130 physical defense. That is pretty good. That could be Body Press. I don't think they gave the fish Body Press, but it could be Body Press. Was Relicanth even in Sword and Shield? I don't think it was. I think we're due on the Relicanth for turnage. Definitely not in this game. I would have used it in 120/18s by now. Did I intimidate the cat? No, the cat is Clamulent. Okay. Eldritch protects, which is wonderful for the play that we're about to make. So we know the opponent won't have a move here. I guess Masquerade actually, if it's max speed Masquerade, it's still faster than Kamo right now, so I maybe should have just taken it out instead of going for the boost. Yeah, maybe not such a great play there, actually. I think I have to Terra Steel here because Play Rough is just not something I want to be hit by, even though there's a Fire type on the field. Okay, Masquerade actually leaves, but into who? Into somebody the Gourmet. Into Cinderace the Gourmet. This can also still be fast. Actually, can it? Is Cinderace 178 speed, level 50? Or is it 187 speed, level 50? We see Willow come out from the Dirge. From the Dirge, actually. So I take it the Grass Cat is not Play Rough then. Is Scopeland's Dirge, though? That's curious. Alright, let's find out if I am faster or if I take a Pyro Ball. I have +1 defense, but it's Pyro Ball. And if you have watched the Sword and Shield video, you know Pyro Ball KOs everything. Okay, I'm faster. It wasn't Sword and Shield, but exclusive to the Crown Tundra DLC, like most other fossils. Ah, that's why I can't remember it being in Sword and Shield. What a fella, that guy. I do think Relicanth is like one of the secret sleepers for Pokemon that people would really like to get an evolution. And that they have like a lot of branching paths for its evolution. But now we have Last Respect's Houndstone on the field, so I'm going to put Willow into it, and I'm going to put Clank Scales, and we're going to see what happens. Is Grass Cat faster than my Kamo? Because it can't be. That's a Quick Claw. Quick Claw proc might actually might matter here. This is 150 base power Last Respects. There it goes. Oh no, it's actually Phantom Force. That Quick Claw proc is even better because now I can't hit it on the second turn if it's slower than Combo. And my defense is about to be down. And you knocked off my Guava Berry. I needed to eat that. That was my boy dinner. Quick Claw gambling. I mean, the other side of Quick Claw gambling is that you click the Phantom Force on the first turn, and then you're slower, so you get hit. And then it activates on the second turn, so you still just get hit on the second turn. But the gambling seems to have worked out this time. Let's just make it so that that is not a thing, and I will bring in the Pokemon that is the check to being hit by a Ghost type move, while also resetting my defense. And of course, does not connect into the Ghost type, or the normal type. Knockoff makes this man's extra slow. And let's find out if Houndstone has a move that is ghost, or not ghost type. Ah, it's got big. I mean, I guess I still fall into Indeedee. Well, I wish I went for the Willow, because they've gotten rid of it over time. Do I don't have Earthquake. Do I have an Indeedee that is faster than my Incineroar? No, check summary. Yes. Hansen's still faster than both. I mean, it was worth a shot. It's not like I was going to do anything else on this turn anyways. Double monotype is hard. I mean, that's the purpose. It's designed to be difficult. That was the last one, wasn't it? I think, yeah, it was. Okay. But interesting change-up GG plays. Maybe next time we'll give you the wheel, and then you can run it with a wheel debuff for me. I only know Quick Claw exists because of Pokerogue. I mean, it is a pretty good item in singles because it's funny, but it's really not that good in doubles. It's better whenever you can activate it, like, because you're sitting in for 8 turns and you get, like, one quick double up into a Pokemon, but in doubles where everything only really sits on the field for 4 turns, give or take, it is a bit difficult to get a meaningful Quick Claw proc. Alright, searching now. I'm changing up the team a bit because my original idea was going on paper, but didn't really work, like, at all. Yeah, the original idea was like, Grass Water Pledge, right? Which I didn't even think about during the battle. But if it was Grass Water Pledge, making me slow, I don't know how many matchups that would have changed. Maybe just... I don't know, actually. Alright, Cherry is back at it again. And, oh. Hello, Hazel Hud So, how you doing? Over on Twitch. Let's just grab the rain team here. Now let's have the rain team go crazy. Never really found a window to go for the pledges. That makes sense. Alright, we have Dondozo Tatsu. How does my team beat Dondozo Tatsu? I think it is by using Raichu. Or Fake Out, or baiting Fake Outs that matter. So if we do like this, and then this, and then this, it's not such a bad idea. I think I do that. Unfortunately, Relic Imp nowadays just doesn't have good enough attack stats to make use of its high damaging moves. You need to have a bare minimum of 100 offensive stats to be viable. It has only 90. Perhaps, yeah. It depends what it matches up to, but I could definitely see that being true. What do I do here? Do I just protect Raichu and then... I would hate for Raichu to die unnecessarily here. But swap into Serena, I feel like it's kind of likely here. I bring it. I think I just swap in Pelipper here and then go for the Electro into Superior. Okay, Leaf Storm comes out. We did not see a switch to Serena, which was what I really wanted to see. But what are we going to see instead? Ran out of time? Well, let's see how your ran out of time move worked out. Electro Shot into Dozo would have gone crazy here, even though it's unaware. Okay, order up into our Caledon's gonna chip our Caledon for a bit. But now I'm going to protect and just click Flash Cannon into Superior. I see Terrestrialization on Dondozo into Grass Dozo. Elbow protects, which means Superior did not. It does just Leaf Storm into our Caledon though. Flash Cannon does not take Superior, which is a little disappointing. Okay, that leaves us in a bit of an awkward position. Is Dondozo faster than Pelipper? It could be. I actually don't know Pelipper's speed off the top of my head. It's been a while. I want to say no. However, we do have Grizzle. We have the technology. I think I click body press here. Okay, Superior going to withdraw to Tatsu. Yes. Okay, Wave Crash into Pelipper would be the worst thing in the world here to probably ever happen, if I had to think about it. Okay, we catch an order up, which is very nice. I'm going to reflect, and we are going to body press chip the Dozo. Heavy Slam does a lot. And Body Press does not do a lot in comparison. First Snarl's gonna die anyways, right? I might as well just Flash Cannon, because it's not only stab, but it can maybe get us a Death Drop. Rain stops. I could fake it out to learn if it was, what's it called? Protect or not, but I think the best bet was bringing in Pelipper. Refs into protect. So if I get to keep Pelipper here, that would be nice. If Dondozo so very slow that it can't do anything about Elder hitting me would be nice. Okay, could move to paralyze. Now it is the matter of what is in the back, because we have only KO'd one Pokemon while using quite a lot of our resources to get rid of the Dozo. And one of their resources they still have is Real Zone. Yikes. I think I just protect. No, I can't afford to protect. I think I have to Hurricane the Tatsu. If it's like, it's probably fake out Arcaludon and then Draco with Tatsu is the play that I'm predicting here. It's the play that I think I have to predict. No, they actually fake out Pelipper, which is very interesting. How's he Sash? No, it just lives. Dang. Well, it's Draco. So it's doing less. Boom, tries to grassy to pick off Pelipper. Almost the Draco. Still on grassy for way too long. Okay, I think I know the play that I should have made, which was to swap our Keldon for Raichu, and then to fake out the reload and click Hurricane into it, and then I think I could have won the game. Because then Raichu just clicks Electro Web into the two Pokemon that are left. I'm pretty sure I just lose the game. Rain does stop, but now Raichu doesn't have a way. If I brought Scizor here, it would have been fine. And Raichu... Raichu's so good, yet Raichu's so bad sometimes. You know, Tatsu surprised me how strong it was. 120 attack. That's impressive for a little fish. Yeah, I mean, it's the same as Hydreigon, which I feel like not a lot of people think about. Like, that's a lot. I might not have killed Superior. But it's definitely worth Raichu. Yeah, if I had Scizor here, it was fine. I think I was just too afraid of the Dozo mode for no reason. Then again, if it was like, I don't know, like Steel Dozo, things would be different-ish. Alright, let's go with these guys. Okay, Dondozo Tatsu is still very much a problem. If they lead Rillaboom though, and we do Exeggutor and DD, then we just get to take KOs like nobody's business for a bit. Fluttermane is also helpful into the Dozo. It's so useful to bring Kamo into the grass types though, but less useful to bring it into everything else. I say this happens, and we see what happens. Okay, is Primarina and Serena. What would be the worst thing in the world? Nothing that I can think of right now. Real Bum swapping into Serena Triple Axel is like the worst thing in the world. Even that, we still get really good chip on the Sarina. And then we confirm it's also not Dozo mode. Can't have both right now. Nox does that much damage to Ndidi. Force actually just KOs her. And Ice even comes out for free now. Does oh half to Victor. That's a lot actually. Okay, it is Dozo. I can either choose to Giga Drain it, or I can choose to click Expanding Force. I think I do this. I see Terrestrialization. It is the Terra Grass, so is this a swap out? Or no, it's not a switch, it's just a Terra Grass. Expanding Force does big damage here. It even gets a critical hit on, what's that, Primarina or Dozo? Doesn't matter on Prim, does help with oh, very much helps with Dozo. Dozo just ended itself. Cherry just says, okay, that didn't work. I mean, it was interesting to keep Dozo in there, but I'm not really sure what the cook was. What does Tatsu lock here? If it locks Muddy Water, it can't kill Exeggutor. If it locks Straight Go, it can't kill Water Main. Lock Muddy Water. Accuracy drop? Yeah. But this is assuming Choice Scarf Tatsu, which I don't think I can entirely confirm at this point, but I think would be likely on this team comp. I think I just protect with couple, ideally. When I started doing this, I would get 4 Pokemon, and I would keep picking, and then 2 random Pokemon. Now I don't do that. I mean, having your team synergies in mind beforehand is a very big thing about Pokemon teams. Because, let me give you an example. When I started building this Sun team, I started it with Exeggutor, because I thought it would be funny. And then I said, alright, what does Exeggutor need to succeed? It needs Psychic Terrain, so that it can click Expanding Force, and you need the Sun, so that Exeggutor can be fast. So we slotted on Ndidi and then Torkoal. And then I looked at what does Exeggutor, Ndidi, Torkoal not beat? Dark types. So we slotted on the best Fairy type, Fluttermane. What does Fluttermane also struggle with that everything else struggles with? Steel types. I slotted on a fighting type in combo out. What else is just overall good that solves any more problems that I could have with like setup combo O? Incineroar for clicking fake out into things. So it's important to like pick 3 Pokemon and then make a team that covers for their weaknesses. I really don't know what to pick here. Randomly speaking, I'm going to go with this team. Yeah. Okay. What do? I think I'm gonna do this, and then this, and then this, and then... This is helpful. This is consistent, though. This is helpful. This is helpful. This is a helpful Pokemon. I think I bring this. You should build less solid teams, shaking my head. I mean, I kind of did with this one. This one I just threw on 3 Pokemon that were good during Regulation H, and 3 Pokemon that I already had. And they sometimes work out. And if I build one more team after this, it will be 2 Pokemon that I have in my head, and then like a 3rd Pokemon that I have in my head, and then 3 random Pokemon from the teams that I still have. And then that will probably be the last of the Season 1 team. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Did you get rid of Blastoise in that team, on the Sun team? No. All of the teams are still the same. As a fire superior. As they are. I just don't bring Blastoise very often on the rain team unless I see Body Press endgame and being a possibility. Sneasler flinches and can't move. Superior flinches and can't move. Phenomenal turn. Don't honestly lose that much from just clicking CC. And then you turn out with your Rillaboom. Their Rillaboom U-turns into my Rillaboom. They bring in Dozo here, it's kind of a problem. I maybe should have just would hammer. Okay, it's Serena, so it's not Dozo mode this time. So Serena could be... I don't really feel like Serena has a move to hit Sneasler, but I can't think of what it is right now. I'll figure it out later. It's not acrobatics. Actually... I guess it could be acrobatics. Okay, Rillaboom comes in. Takes the CC. Circle Buddy, I need you to do some business here. Alright, there are two grass types on the field. Neither of them like having the Heat Wave clicked into them. Good job, Torkoal. You demand. That crit was not necessary. What team did you edit to put on Sneasler and Porygon 2? No team. The fourth team was an entirely new team. There was no team that was ever edited. There is like a whole Primarina facing me right now. I kind of have to call what I think is going to protect. The Sneasler is the threat, which makes me think that it wants to protect more. Then again... Who protects? Did nobody protect? Superior protects. Hey. Alright. We're good. What I would have done if that was Primarina Protect and Superior attacks? I got no clue. I probably would have Torkoal picked Earth Power and see how much that does. But we just do this now. Goes for the double, but I don't think that there's any way the double helps. I guess it could PP stall out my close combats. That was a close one. Oh, I guess I still have Rillaboom for Fake Out, so if Premier... Oh, but no, I maybe need Rillaboom to Wood Hammer. And, like, Terra Fire, Terra Blast doesn't give me great options. Yeah, I guess I have to call that 50-50, right? Through it turn 1. I wouldn't say that's necessarily true, because I could have U-turned with Rillaboom into the Superior as my play, instead of clicking Fake Out, if I thought the Fake Out was really obvious. And then the U-turn damage into Superior would be really valuable, because I would bring in, like, P2, and then the Trick Room, probably, and just threaten the Superior with Sneasler again. Because then Superior would be outside the Focus Sash. I don't think that was a terrible play. It was just unoptimal for the play that I chose. Beat him only once if you don't count the rock, paper, scissors. Not as like a full set, but just that one super duper Houndstone flinch sesh it was an endgame. It made an okay short. Alright, GG plays back at it again. I should be doing my due diligence of hiding the screen. Look at these guys. Oh wait, actually, just to prove, Blastoise is still on this team, the rain team. Vans is still here. I'm gonna shuffle it around so you'll never know what team I was planning to bring. I've won too many times that I've lost half my usual roster. The wheel? Oh, you're... You know what? I don't want to get the wheel out today. This is just gonna be a wheelless day. That is an Applin. What is my man's Applin doing here? What do I bring? I guess I do, just super fast oppressive mode. Because there's really nothing that takes Sneasler except for the 2 psychic types, but then those just both lose to King Gambit. Unless one of them is Focus Blast, which would not be a crazy move to have teched onto them. I think Grimmsnarl also comes, but for reasons I don't quite understand. Do I even have... I don't even have the Showdown tab open for the wheel. So it'll cause me to, like, go into OBS and pick the source. And then I gotta type in all the stuff for the wheel because it's currently on that 1 out of 19 thing that we were using for the Hitmon scissors. Just don't want to deal with it. Oh, is that Shiny Wishcash? I didn't notice that before. Does that have the red belly? It does have the red belly. Alright, Reuniclus protects, which is what we'd love to see. Bop. That's why I keep making new teams. I want to keep them on his toes. They're not always successful, but I do create interesting teams. That is true. I think the time caught me the most off guard was the thick fat Terra Ice Snowscape Grumpig. That was such a neat, like, counter into whatever play I was making on that one set. I think I clicked Dire Claw and I clicked Woodhammer with basically no problems here. I forgot to do something with Applin. I thought I did, so I'm dead. Is it evolving it? Is that the thing? We're gonna see a terrestrialization on Reuniclus into Terra Flying. So it's in the air now. Dark Claw's gonna take me out. As Woodhammer is going to be resisted, but it is on terrain and +1. So it is going to do that much. And Reuniclus is going to fire back with Shadow Ball. Not quite enough to take Rillaboom. Okay, the Applin has been brought. And out of respect for the Applin, I am going to give it one turn to do something into Grimmsnarl, which will also give up Sneasler's Unburden, which also gives up its Grassy Seed defense boost. And I'm even going to U-turn out with Rillaboom, so that also gets rid of Rillaboom's boost. And we're gonna see what Applin is cooking up. Alright, well, Rillaboom gets to keep its boost because Uniqlo's protected. No, not Evo, but what? There's nothing that Applin... There's not even a thing for Applin to do here. Your only moves are Withdraw and Astonish. It's functionally just a magic card. I think Grassy is the better thing to click here. A whole 4 damage on these. I'm gonna heal back more from Grassy Terrain than what that Astonish did to me. This also has to be EV-Light Applin, right? Alright, well, I guess I'll wait till the end of the set to ask questions, but that is unfortunately going to be a game 1 loss for GG Plays. And that was only the first battle, right? So I could pick any of these teams. I'm going to pick this one. Alright, we do have quite a few interesting mons here. It is regular Zoroark, which could be a little mischievous. I'm gonna put on my glasses for this. Let's do this, and this, and then this, and then this, and I think we're fine. I miss Zoroark. Speaking of Zoroark, I mean, it was pretty strong. And I like not having to guess the 50-50 beginning of the turn, because it can just really throw me off. Serena's not working for me today, yeah. Serena really only benefits whenever there's a lot of priority. And how much priority do I even have? I have Grimmsnarl on Prankster, I have Fake Out on Rillaboom, I have Fake Out on Incineroar, and that's like kind of it. Oh, and Scizor Bullet Punch is also Prio. And King Gambit Sucker. That's like kind of it. Let's just do the thing where we click this, and then I click this, and we see what happens. If I had to call it right now, I think the Goodra is the Zoroark. But Fluttermane should be faster than the Zoroark. Or clicking Parasong. That's an interesting idea. And Goodra is clicking Knockoff, which is a move I think it can actually click, but probably not that much damage. So everything on the field is Perish falls to 30. Actually, I should probably redirect in case something is a sash. By like making attacking into anything harder, I mean it is a solid strategy. That is not a sash on Zark. Alright, it's not Zark, it's just regular Arc. No, Zark still works actually. I guess his Arc would be the thing that's the problem. Wonderman gets off a Confuse Ray. So Indeedee is now confused. You're gonna see Sneasel making an appearance. I do not see the downsides in just clicking this and this. Ah, that may be a downside. Alright, downside averted. Curse on Confuse Ray Fluttermane. I mean, Confuse Ray can work out. It's not a great move, but it could work out. Am I dead? Where's my count? I don't really need to preserve both Pokemon, but I'm gonna kind of preserve both Pokemon here. I click this. I click this. Wait. Yeah, I click this. Infinite body press endgame is unlikely at this point, but not impossible. Was that not the first protect? Has anything clicked protect in this game? Well, Terra Steel is going to get Tyranitar. Prima is going to continue to take the Sand Chip. But that should be fine. Opponent needs like muddy water misses at this point. But even that, it's just not what it is. There's a protect. When you double switch. Oh, the Grudra failed to protect. Oh, yeah. If your opponent, it is kind of weird, but if your opponent like doesn't attack into you, the protect doesn't go off, which is strange, but it allows you to protect again. Indeedee gets the KO. Actually, I should have redirected that. Why did I click Side Shot? There was a very real chance that what could have happened? I guess nothing. If Indeedee was faster, it was faster. I generally don't know if I've encountered that before. It is a weird little niche tech. But unfortunately, it looks like GG Plays has to go, so they can't finish out their set. Alright, anybody else looking to go? Any good, like, outbreaks? Oh, this is a good one. I don't have you yet. How much time do I have left? Quite a bit, actually. I am in a few minutes. Alright, so you can bet on that. Ooh, do I have you? I don't think so. I may need one of those. Santacruel? Pretty lit. Like that guy a lot. I do need you too. Actually, there's a good number of guys I need. Do any of their types match? Electric? Poison normal. Poison water. Ooh, that's sandwich material. Let me just make sure I don't think I have a shiny Tentacruel. If I would, it would be an underwater. Oh, he's just a guy. Let's see this Hazel Hut person over on Twitch is a scam. No, their account was created 2 years ago. Probably not as... Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They didn't stick around for very often, which makes me think that they might have been trying to get my Discord. Candies? Let me get some candies to this guy. So I don't have to sell them all and put them to use. There's time I have a slightly different Dozo. I just realized the 7-star one was Oblivious when I wanted Unaware. Oh, were you really Oblivious in that last fight? Wait, no, the 7-star Terra Raid one should be Unaware. I'm pretty sure... Let me check mine. I'm pretty sure it was Unaware. Yeah, the Terra Raid one is Unaware. Also, if you weren't Unaware, you would have taken a lot more body press damage in the one fight with Archaludon. You did take a little bit more flash cannon damage, but I just assumed that that was based on EVs or IVs or something. I guess just EVs. but my one was oblivious for some reason. That is curious. Just changing a Terra and I will be ready. Alright. What do I have left? If I was to make one more team, I have the Pelipers, I have the Grimmsnarls, I have the Raichus, I have the Sun and Deities, and I have the Torkoals, and I have the Pichus. I probably wouldn't include the Pichus on a fifth team. But the fact that all of these are from the same team also makes me not want to pick them. And there's plan I'll play another set after Suo, but otherwise I'll be back to tweaking the other team ideas I had. Yeah, I think after Suo will just be a good stopping point. So you might as well just start tweaking, prepping for the next one, which will be we'll have the break one in the next week. Okay, ready? Alright. Let's do Link Battle, and I will be searching, even though stream hasn't caught up yet, so there's no way for you to know. I had to put the code in. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm gonna pick randomly. I'm gonna pick this team randomly. Alright, a lot of gals here. We are seeing Bombardier pop up, which is very curious. But what do? There's a lot of things that are keeping me from doing things. I think this lead is not so bad, and then all of Pokemon's kind of difficult. I think Calodon comes, of course. And then what? And then I guess Snarl. Just the core 4. Alright, Bombardier hits the field immediately. I just want to click Bug Bite into this, and I just want to... Actually, if it's going to be Rocks. What's the odds that it's Rock Slide or, like, Rock Tomb? Because Wide Guard sounds fine to me if it's Rock Slide. I already see the Helping Hand, but Helping Hand, what? Okay, Rock Slide. Bug Bite eats this thing alive. You get a Wiki Berry. Which it does confuse us because of our nature, which is a bit unfortunate, but also... What are you gonna do? And now Pyroar is going to hit the field. So we can't eat berries anymore, which is too bad. Is Double Switch here probably fine? I really don't want either of these Pokemon to be on the field. That's a crazy hat, though. I don't think I've ever seen the Houndstone hat before. I need to get me that. Pyro does Snarl, which is a tad bit unfortunate because it lowers our special attack, but it does increase our defense, which was, it's yeah, still a good thing to have. Oh, Dual Wing Beat is also very nice for increasing our defense because it hits us twice. So I think I just click Body Press into this slot, and I am going to click Light Screen. I really don't know who can do the most damage here. It might actually just be Bombardier with whatever Dark-type move it has, if it has one. I don't know if Bombardier can knock off. I imagine it can. But I really don't know what Pyroar could hit me with here, unless it was like Terrifying Terra Blast. We're gonna see Bombardier leave into Largus. Pyro does quick heat wave, but we have the light screen and the rain. No burns. Body press +4, picks up Pyroar. Hashtag bars. And now the bird returns to the field. So I could, and probably should, just click body press into it, and I will click the Thunder Wave into this. Unless Florges could be Flower Veil. Flower Veil only helps with grassy terrain. Or wait, no. How does Flower Veil work again? It's just the grass types that are next to Florges, not Florges itself. Florges would also need to be grass type. That's a ground type. Which I couldn't paralyze the Bombardier before because it was a dark type, making it immune to Prankster. And now I can't paralyze it because Thunder Wave doesn't work on ground types. Drill Run needs to pick up a crit here. It does actually pick up the crit that it needs to. Florges cannot move because paralyzed, though. How many rain turns do we have left? 1. I guess I'm willing to just risk the Bombardier whether or not it has Protect at this point. And Spirit Break should still do a good bit to Florges and decrease its attack. Light comes out. Over gets off the Weather Ball. That makes a KO. I guess I kind of unnecessarily risked a flinch there. Fortunately, Florges cannot move again because paralyzed. Rain does stop, though. Which is one upside for Florges. Moonblast comes out, screens -2. The Terra was on Bombardier, so I don't have to predict a Terra here, I just need to put moves. That's a GG. Let's just move down the line here. Get out these fellas. Okay. What is the downside to leading Fluttermane into GG? Them leading Pyroar. Pyroar kind of checks my Fluttermane specifically, / all Fluttermanes. Maybe Fluttermane isn't even that great here. Actually, it's still pretty great here. Just not into Pyroar. So I could just use Combo to remove Pyroar. But then I have to deal with the Fairy. The Florges is actually the problem. I might regret bringing Executor in the back, but we will see how it goes. Hi, TrueSoul77, how you doing? Alright, it is in fact Pyro. It is a Pokemon that is on the field. I kinda want to double protect just to see what happens. I also just want to get the game over faster. I'm doing very good. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Alright, that got rid of the biggest threat to Executor. And Snarl is just fine by me. Alright, now there's a cat. The cat is the other thing that at least resists Executor. And we're going to see Pyroark's Crystallized Gear into Terra Steel. So it will resist the Executor. With the Helping Hand Shadow Ball, nice one's Tech Drop into Meow, and that takes that care of that. And it's probably Terra Steel Terra Blast. Or is Heat Wave? Misses, indeed. Okay. I thought for sure this was going to be Terra Blast, because at least the benefit of being Pyroar is that you're a normal type, so you can just run Terra Blast and hit it with Stab still. Ludicolo being here... It's not something I'm sure how I feel about quite yet. Alright, minus one's attack, but Helping Hand, neutral, does that much to Pyroar. And they decide not to take Fluttermane here. Just get some Ice Beam Chip into indeed. Doesn't seem like the Shadow Ball will KO, but we'll go for it again. No Rain, what's the other ability? Ludicolo is Swift Swim and Own Tempo? Does it have a third one? Rain Dish, that's what it is. So I'm guessing it's Own Tempo Ludicolo. Which at least means that you're not getting intimidated. Well, this is kind of weird, because, like, I need the Psychic Terrain. I guess what I will do is I will... the Shadow Ball. And then I will swap into Torkoal. So that even if Flutter Mane dies, I can bring back in Indeedee, and then Exeggutor gets this terrain to speed this up a little bit quicker. Ooh, a spin up drop is handy. Energy Ball, gonna take Flutter. Weirdness disappears this turn. Exeggutor gets to enter. We do this. There goes that guy. Alright, one more. Let's do these guys. Okay, into these guys, Bombardier Rock Slide is very threatening. Because it could flinch me, and if it flinches me with whatever the steel worker equivalent of rock is, I forget. What is it called? Rocky Payload. I did not think I was gonna figure that one out. If it hits me with Rocky Payload on Hatterene and like does the flinch, I'm gonna be heckin' upset. So we're gonna count on that not happening by not even bringing the Trick Room. Alright, we have a bird and we have a dancing man who does get the on tempo proc on the Intimidate. I really don't know what the best thing to do is here, because like Terra Ground feels really obvious from the bird. And I don't know, like just clicking Flare Blitz. Feels like it works out fine in my head. You're gonna see an opponent Terra. Okay, so we call the Terra. It depends how much the Flare Blitz does, though. Also, what slot targeted what? So I feel like there's a pretty good chance they just drill run into the Arcanine and then energy build into the Tyranitar. Ah, that's a Citrus Berry. No, that is actually Focus Blast on Ludicolo. That's good to know. Arcanine is dead now, though. Yeah, the trade was better in my head. I don't even know what Bombardier gets. Bombardier is like Delmise, where it's a single-stage Pokemon that just has one really unique ability that holds it up, which is Rocky Payload. Because Delmise gets Steelworker, which makes it offensively a Steel type, and Bombardier gets Rocky Payload, which offensively makes it a Rock type. Alright, Power switches in, which is pretty good. Good switch, for them at least. And that changed to Energy Ball. That is not great. That is extra not great. Oh boy. We're gonna be yours for a sec. Okay, that's unfortunate. So through Grassy Terrain Recovery, we see that Pyro is the fastest thing on the field. I don't think I can win this game anymore. That's just a good switch. I could try though. Arcless Hyper Voice. It does okay to relieve them. It's not Throw Spray. Huh. Maybe can still win this. Okay, I don't think I can win this anymore. Unless... Dang, I really thought I was going to focus miss there for a sec. What I should have done differently was I maybe should have just taken the Ludicolo the second that I knew it was Focus Blast. With Rillaboom. Or I should have just let Tyranitar attack on that one turn instead of swapping it into Primarina. I'll think about that one. That was curious. I got one. You did get one. Ludicolo pulled it out. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for today. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe consider leaving a like on the video, and even consider subscribing, and even consider checking out all the Sword no-screen content that we have coming out right now, because it's all good stuff, if you have not already. Highly suggested. Best stuff that I have on the channel right now. But I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Let me try to not break my computer while I put it on my lap.